No, it's kind of insane to imagine that the LR Super Saiyan 4s and the LR Gods, man, their EZs are finally coming this weekend. I did cover them yesterday, but they look absurdly powerful. And I just feel like talking about it again because I'm just really excited for these characters. We're gonna get like a little bit of the community's thoughts in there. Like I made a tweet asking people what they think, but we're also gonna look at some stats that people calculated so we can get a general idea of how they're gonna look like as well. And just talk about them again now that it's been a few hours. Kind of things have really set in for me and how at least my initial perception of how good these characters are going to be when we use them in game. They'll probably be even better than I'm thinking, honestly, based on what I'm seeing with their kit. And I'm just like, wow, they did go all out with these guys. They did not like hold back or anything. They're like, yep, these guys are them, which makes sense. I mean, again, people were worried about these guys, which I mean, they are the anniversary character EZAs. I would not ever assume that they would fumble them and they will just play it safe. And I think they did play it very safe with these guys. So that's a good thing. Now, we'll reference the kit as we need to, depending on what people are saying or anything like that. But we're going to hop directly into what the stats for these characters are looking like first and foremost. So here's calculations for the EZA Physical LR Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, considering that they have 2100 defense, 2 turns for short form content, and 1 below from when you let them stack. So, okay, the first 2 turns here are them in short content, right? So this would be turn 2 with 8 key spheres and GT Goku support. Now keep in mind with the LR Super Saiyan 4s, what happens is they do get 10% attacking defense up to 77%. So once you grab all 8 key spheres, they'll get the full 77% here, and they'll essentially be at the 377% attack and defense start of turn. They don't have any multiplicative stats, but they are stacking by quite a lot. So let's take a look here. In terms of their offense, we're seeing a 15.4 mil into a 10.2. Then there's 11, 12, and then 13 essentially. Tons of attack stats there. Keep in mind, all of these super attacks, when you hit the max key threshold, are super effective against all types. So if you really just add everything together, that actually ends up being about like a 60 to 62 just like total million attack stat, right? And of course they all separate, but still that's the total amount of damage that they're doing there. Then we see they're starting about even start of turn at 482k. That's with 77% damage reduction right off the gate, right? I mean, yeah, 77% reduction and guard. I mean, we see like, yeah, that just has a really, really high start of turn defensive stat for having that ability, right? So in like it's a turn 1 slot 1 position. I mean, for them this is turn 2 here. It's still incredible. And then they'll stack up. It looks like about what 240k defense per super attack that they're doing. It looks like it's about 240k, which I mean, as we see after 5 super attacks, they're sitting there nice and pretty at a 1.7 almost million defense. And this is what I'm thinking about this character. It's like, okay, they can get to that, like, they get to 1.7 mil right there. The next turn though, is that enough for them to sit in slot 1 without the damage reduction? No, right? Especially if we're thinking about battle hardened formidable foes. Let's say this is a turn 1 situation. You enter the next turn, you're at 1.7 mil defense with guard start of turn. By itself, that is not enough. If you put them in slot 1 and they get super instantly, I mean, we're seeing some of these bosses hit really, really hard, right? Like by the time we get to like turn 3, turn 4, some of these bosses, man, they're hitting for like 3.5 plus, and even with the guard, this character would take a ton of damage. But that's really all I'm thinking of. It's very similar to how they were pre-ZA, where that turn 3 could be an issue. But again, if we're talking, because again, these calculations are thinking about them in short content, right? So you want these guys in the second rotation if possible. That's really it though. I mean, yeah, if you get Super Saiyan 4 Goku out, you'll get extra defense and you still will have 10% reduction, but I don't know if that will be like enough for like these guys to be consistently sitting there. That's the only thing I'm thinking of, really looking at these numbers. But if you could somehow put if there's like, because like if you're keeping this as a rotation, these guys would be your slot one. So it'll be some things we test out for sure. So this is turn 4, Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. They'll have 4 stacks total, which, I mean, this would, it says 4 stacks here, but in this, they got 5 stacks. So I guess this is just assuming maybe you don't get the hidden potential, which I think is a fair thing. 10 orbs, so that would give them their max passive, plus 50% defense and 40% attack start turn support. That's because of the Gogeta right there, switching to Goku, which I'm not sure how realistic this would be if this guy is in slot 3. I mean, you could use the Vacuum active skill, I guess. Then, of course, still just Super Saiyan 3 Goku because it's turn 4. You could fall under the HP threshold and get that, though. And then him. So, with 10 orbs, this guy is probably going to beat with his 100% reduction anyway. So, defense technically is irrelevant in this turn, but you can see he starts up at 1.5 mil defense. Then he goes all the way up to 2.5 mil. Then he's doing a 37.6 mil into a 28 mil into a 31 mil with triple super. His counter hits for 34 mil, so his counter hits harder than his additional supers. And then with each super attack he does, it gets an 11 mil added to it. So if he's able to super attack first, let's say if he triple supers, that is a 67 million damage counter, which, you know what's funny? That's like one of Tech Vegeto's counters. Tech Vegeta is so stupid offensively, but this is also, again, not having this guy stacked up. This is him in short content. I think Tech Vegeta, even in shorter content, it's like you're gonna see him probably do you know, like 20 30 mil like attack stats with his counters, right? This character though, he's gonna just be crazy. Like, imagine this guy's counter stacked up. Whew, that's gonna be nasty. So this is in a long fight, so or a longer fight, I guess. Turns, oh no, wait, this is right here. Okay, so this is turn 6 with 4 stacks and 18 key stacks. So this is like with his, because again, if you guys don't know, when you're actually transformed or fused into Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, this guy does have a 100% attack and defense raise for 4 turns, which is a massive, like, yeah, it is massively raised, but I'm thinking of the ninja meme. It's a just gigantic addition there. Of course, Super Saiyan 4 Goku support here as well. So this guy has basically, I mean, so again, keep in mind, after turn 1, his damage reduction is gone, the 77%, but he still gets 10% reduction here. So give him, like, I don't know, 3 Rainbow Key Spheres plus Super Saiyan 4 Goku. This guy's at the 40% damage reduction mark, just as in just a general example, right? Plus, he still has the 70% chance to counter supers anyways. 70 mil attack stat into 38, into 28, into 30. And then he could get, he started turn 2 mil defense, okay. Yeah, no, he's busted. Yeah, this guy looks very insanely good. And then, what is this? Oh yeah, so this is what I was talking about here. Basically, with how this works, if you collect the 10 key spheres, then go Golden Grade Ape with Super Saiyan 4 Goku, then use the Big Bang Kamehameha, you get this instantly for the Big Bang Kamehameha. So, yeah. This is turn 11 with Gogeta's active. 110% defense, and yeah, okay, this is using this guy. Okay, the active skill will hit for 267 mil damage. Okay. Oh, 157 mil counter. Oh, that's cool. 7 mil defense start of turn. Awesome. Okay, well, I mean, let's take a look at the cards. Let's see. Very similar, actually, very, very similar. Super Saiyan 4s are hitting harder, but the gods, yeah, no, I mean, yeah. I mean, in this situations, again, the links with the GT links and Super Saiyan 4, Super Saiyan 3 Goku support, right? That doesn't matter. I mean, they're getting the tag Goku support defensively. I think it's 50%. yeah, I mean, we'll see. Well, let's keep going. Because keep in mind, when they're transformed, they can get a lot of extra defense. Like if we take a look here, I mean, this guy will get to 2.5. This guy's get to 2.8, which with the damage reduction definitely could matter. But these are also dodge characters though. So like, I don't know. 31 mil to 23, 26, 28, 31. Yeah, see, because these guys are doing a lot more damage than Super Saiyan 4 overall, because they can get 2 extra super attacks, right? Which definitely is a big deal. That is a big deal. Again, being able to get 2 extra super attacks here. Again, you can only super attack in blue once, but it's there in case it happens any turn. I mean, it is going to be useful for that first turn. 100%, right? Because if you take a look here at the blues, again, the reason why they have the 5 supers that first turn is because right here, when attacking, they perform a critical hit and additional super attack when the enemy's HP 50% or more. That's the ones only. I mean, technically you might not get that, but let's assume you transform with them and then the enemy's HP is full. They would be guaranteed critting in all these, compared to Gogeta does have crit built in, right? Of course, he does get the 10% crit chance per rainbow key sphere obtained, but this character is going to be guaranteed critting, which would make a huge difference in terms of the average damage that you'll see from this character. I mean, yeah, his 5th super will hit as hard as his first super attack. And then this guy has still the 77% reduction as well. I mean, it's pretty good. I mean, yeah, arguably. I mean, if we disregard the counter, like this character is, I think I like the Gogeta better, of course, because he has the counter, but this character in terms of their stats are looking better. It's just that this guy has the counter and he has the scouter as well. I don't believe that this character has a scouter. They had the double rainbow orb changing, which, you know, is cool, but I feel like it doesn't match to the scouter plus the counter. The combo, it's a really strong combination. So this is assuming they can get 5 supers, on turn 4 stacks, 18 key stack, 10 orbs, and then here's the Vegito support, huh? So they get up to 3.2 million defense. Again, if we we're looking at this guy, like they would get slightly higher defense here, but it kind of evens out when you get Super Saiyan 4 Goku out. And again, I think these guys will be tankier just because they have the guard plus reduction compared to the guard plus dodge, right? 64 mil on the active skill here. Yeah, I mean, still just like so much damage that these guys are doing. These guys are like, the thing about Gogeta is obviously they're both doing insane damage, but Gogeta's kind of leaning more towards that defensive angle, if that makes sense. Whilst the gods are, they have the dodge and the extra damage, but okay. And then this is in that same situation that we saw with Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta earlier. My mouse wants to not be weird. Let's see. So comparatively, I mean, yeah, in a turn like this, Gogeta just outshines this guy easily in this turn. Yeah, there's not really, I mean, this guy's getting 111% defense and 40% attack start of turn, but this guy's also getting more attack support. Even with the extra attack support, they're doing more damage. And one thing about these calculations, and the one thing about the gods right now, is it's kind of like how it's funny. It's kind of like how it was on release, but reverse, where the Super Saiyan 4s on release, they didn't really have, I guess, you know, I should use this. Like the Super Saiyan 4s on release didn't have like those Saiyan, I can't even type apparently. If I look at Super Saiyan God here, let's go to the gods. Like these, like we're not getting characters that will be able to consistently give them godly power, warrior gods, and this is 25% attack. It's a huge amount of attack. Actually, no, that's 30% attack. My bad. Like that's a gigantic amount of attack. But it's like these guys are not running anymore. Like Tech UI Goku will give you godly power, which is nice. I mean, another thing is consider like we don't have like Tech UI Goku's domain up. Like maybe if you consider Tech UI's domain, but yeah, because you can get Tech UI in this team. And that'll matter because that Tech UI domain will give 30% attack, right? So it's all situational. Also, Tech UI is kind of a silly guy, though. It'll be interesting to see how these guys like finally look like in game. But let's take a look at some of the comments here. Actually, how long is this video? So I took a look here. The video is about like 15 minutes long already, and if I read the comments, this is just gonna take a little longer. So I'm just probably gonna make this a separate video, even though that was the intention of this video, just cause, yeah. And I think it'll be good to discover this. So let me know what y'all thinking about the stats, I guess, and we'll take a look at the community reaction in a bit. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace out.